I have, for the most part, scaled back my ambitions when it comes to the Hitman series. The Hitman game, World of Assassination. I put a lot of work and time into editing that last video, and I really enjoyed the process of making it, but it was incredibly involved, very time consuming, and it didn't really make that much difference as far as like the performance of it. It was a lot, and trying to do that on a larger scale was just unrealistic on my part. I would have liked to get Dez and Chip involved more, but again, that would have just made a complicated process even more complicated. So, instead of doing all of that fancy pants editing stuff and doing things that the game wasn't meant to be doing, I thought, well, let's try out that freelancer mode. YouTube has been recommending a bunch of people who have been playing that a bunch, and I was like, oh, string together a bunch of the different levels and contracts and mix them up so you have a unique experience every time you play on whatever map. Sure, okay. Yeah. I thought that my particular take on that game mode would be interesting because I don't know all the game maps. In fact, I only know like 2 of the maps. I only did 2 levels, so why not, right? Well, as it turns out, that mode is made for people who actually do know those game maps, and it is incredibly challenging and probably not recommended for people who haven't played the game the normal way first. As a matter of fact, on the very first contract, well, the first attempt on it didn't go very well at all. Not only did I not know the map, I also had no idea where to even start looking around to even get access into more of the zones. Everything felt locked off, and I felt like I really only had access to like a single part in the game. So I got shot and killed pretty much instantly. That was not it. The first real attempt actually took like 45 minutes. Keep in mind, this wasn't even like you do 3 contracts and then you get like a boss contract where you take out the actual syndicate member. Yeah, no. I didn't get that far. The very first level was a 45-minute endeavor. What the hell was I doing for 45 minutes on the first contract? Let's take a look. Any items that are in your inventory on departure will be brought with you on the mission. When returning to your safe house, only items with rarity in your will be returned, so make sure to bring back anything you wish. Okay. Alright. Target is over there. Yeah, I'll be sure that My problem right now is I'm plenty rested. I don't know, it's probably just the heat or something.
I have a hunch that there might be something worth investigating nearby. I recommend you explore a bit more.
2 targets. Lots of people. And below, really. Keypad. bottom floor now, but that's not going to help us, really. Details in these maps are crazy. So, I've never like fully played through an entire Hitman game, which is probably gonna bite me in the buns. Like, I feel like this game mode is designed for people who like know what they're doing, which I do not. I did the thing where you wait for all episodes but never pick up the game. That's pretty much what I did, and then they came out with this, which is all of the Hitman games and their DLC. Dang, that's a lot of people. What do I do? Explosive phone. If I blow this up, not blowing up.
Get ready, boys. Moving in.
A lot of movement now.
Anybody copy? No sign of any pup. Moving on.
That didn't really do anything for me. So, my strategy for these types of situations is usually fake it till you make it. So if I just pretend I know what I'm doing, eventually things will start to work out. And at first, that wasn't working. But I'm glad that I stuck to my guns, because hiding outside of a window on some, what do they call those construction things that let you get up real high? Hiding outside of a window on one of those looks kind of professional and kind of like something an assassin would do. But in the back of my mind, I'm going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, this is not gonna work, I'm going to die so bad. This is gonna be a disaster, this is going to be a mess, this is not going to be good whatsoever. hurry. Hold on. There's a lot of weird controls that I have to hit. Okay, I'm in disguise now. Ooh. I still have to be careful, but now I'm one step closer to my target. As more and more people on the inside started like shuffling around, it did get a little bit easier to get inside and start making some progress, but I could definitely tell that I was probably supposed to handle that in a completely different way. Maybe have a little bit more information as to what personnel were allowed to go into what areas. So long as somebody with a white dot over their head doesn't look at me, I should be able to explore. This contract had 2 targets, and it was looking like I was going to die before I even got that chance to look. Targets on this at the first one. To make matters worse, when I finally did get inside, got a disguise, and made it up to the floor where I thought my target was, I whipped out my gun to try and get an extra objective done, and this is gonna be. And I was confident. I was like, "Oh, I got it. I need to get it." I immediately got spotted. Unsilenced pistol kill. Somebody who's completely unrelated wandered into my line of sight, so I ended up killing them too. And that went terrible. That went terribly. Did I even get the right guy? And then, come to find out, the person that I was trying to shoot wasn't even the target in the first place. They were in a completely different room. So I just killed a bunch of innocent people. Quote-unquote innocent people. For no reason. Hooray! So, after going back down the stairs and getting back outside of the window, and just completely reevaluating everything, I was able to cause enough of a disturbance to actually get the target to come into a room that I had previously cleared, and I was able to snap their neck. But unfortunately, snapping their neck did not give me the extra objective of killing a target with an unsilenced pistol, which is what I was trying to do in the first place, and it was also why that kill was so messy, and how convoluted that infiltration mission was. But luckily, like I said, this is a 2-target contract. Going to the next target was a little bit more smooth, but I also probably drug it out longer than it needed to be. I find an alleyway which seems to be leading in the direction of the target. And they don't want to let me in. So I'm like, okay. I don't have any information as to what type of disguise I need. So I'm just gonna walk around and just sort of scout out the area. There's probably a back entrance or something. I go into a restaurant, Chinese restaurant. Doesn't really seem to be related in any particular way. But I did go around the back and see a chef trying to remember the password to get into something. Do I know where they're going? Absolutely not. Doesn't really matter either. Passwords mean secrets. Secrets mean illegal activity. Illegal activity means assassination targets. That's just how it works. That's science. This isn't up for debate. So, I go back into the Chinese restaurant, I flood the toilet, lead the head chef in there, knock him out, take his stuff, go through the alleyway, type in the password I heard her blurt out loud, and I'm inside of a secret Resident Evil science facility again. Damn it, why does this keep happening? I swear. Why does this keep happening? Anyway, I'm inside, I'm undetected. I basically go through this entire security process of, well, first I have to dump the guns that I had on me. 2 handguns unsilenced. I go through security. I get pat down. They let me through. They're doing a biometric scan, and I am terrified of it because I have no idea if the cooks are allowed to go past the point that I'm currently at, you know? There's another employee who's nervous about it as well. Something about their heart rate and being too nervous and all of this and all of that and not getting a good enough score. I'm thinking, based off of the screens that are inside where the security people are doing the scans, there's a bunch of like faces and names, and I'm thinking, is this a list of people who are allowed through? Or is this like a banned list or something? I don't know. So after pacing around trying to figure out if I should try and fight my way through the security side or take the risk and get scanned, I finally say screw it, and I hop in the scanner. Oh, I'm screwed. I passed the scan with flying colors. Now, this is a place that values your ability to keep calm and all of these other important biometrics, your blood flow, your heart rate, you know, blood pressure, that sort of thing. And you're thinking, well, if you were nervous, how did you make it through? Well, it's pretty simple. A rabbit's blood pressure is always through the roof. A rabbit's heart rate is always through the roof. So, naturally, a super advanced scanner is going to know that, and that's our normal. So I passed with flying colors and got through. After that, I hacked a vent, climbed through, went up some stairs, went around, and made my way back to the entrance that I just came through, basically doing a gigantic circle, and you wanna know what? I was like, thank goodness. In the locker room past the scanner, I picked up a nice suit with some security clearance. And going in that gigantic circle actually let me pick back up the guns that I stashed, and I could now go back through the short way because I have the clearance to do so. Whereas if I had tried to do that before, I probably would have gotten caught and it would have been a big mess. But still didn't see the target. As a matter of fact, the deeper into this facility I went, the further away from the target I was going, and that was making me nervous. But I did find a staircase that led out of the facility and up to some rooftops, where I was finally able to get the drop on my target. Of course, the target just so happened to have some Metal Gear Solid 3 highly advanced drones scanning the area. So I had to take out a security guard at the bottom of the stairs behind these 2 idiots, take his outfit so they could look at me and I wouldn't get in any sort of trouble. Try it. Now what the heck do I do? I need to secure my escape before I do literally anything.
Please relax and prepare for takeoff.
And I think I found it. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the craziest. There's no way that that's gonna work. But remember, my goal was to use an unsilenced pistol, which means I made a lot of noise. Immediately they started shooting at me. The good news is that I played Assassin's Creed, so when we're on a rooftop, I know exactly how to get off of that rooftop, and that's usually by jumping through the gap. What I didn't know, however, was that it was incredibly difficult to find the extraction in this massive city in China, because I don't know Chinese, and I've never been here before. But I wasn't feeling the best to begin with, and this mission really drained it out of me. It was one of the longest 45 minutes of my entire life. And I decided to call it after that because this game's incredibly stressful. I mean, incredibly stressful. That was exhausting.